Everybody, clearing. Okay, so while I'm shuffling, I'm hearing he said, she said. So I'm actually just going to pull a card and get a topic for the divine masculine and feminines to have a bit of a conversation about. So what is the hot topic for today for the twins? What is it? Thank you, divine creator. What can the twins talk about in the 5D here? Okay. Telepathic communication, energetic entanglement, energetics. Let's get into it. So, divine masculines, what are your thoughts on the energetic connection with your divine feminine at this time? What are you thinking about this? Okay. This is the card of the one that got away. Things from the past, unrequited love. So divine masculines know that you're not truly gone, that the opportunity has not been lost fully. They can feel it. They can feel you. So divine masculines, what do you think your feminine feels about what's happened in the past and where things are at? Okay, we get the 8 of Pentacles, and I heard they want me to work on it. So divine masculines know that divine feminines would like them to put in the effort, or they feel that their divine feminine would want them to put in more effort. Okay, so let's see, divine feminines, what do you feel? Divine Feminine Collective, Divine Creator, help us bring through the messages. What are the Divine Feminines feeling regarding the energetic connection? High Priestess and Reciprocity came out on the side like that. So look at that conduit between the two. It kind of fell out like this on my table. So divine feminines have a clear channel to the divine masculines, and they feel it's an energetic exchange. The divine feminines are feeling that there is a consistent give and take energetically, that even though there is not union in the 3D to all levels, or you wouldn't be watching this likely, there is a reciprocity. So what do the divine feminines believe that the divine masculines think about things at this time energetically? They believe, the divine feminines believe that there is wounding and that the divine masculines are experiencing karmic situations, whether that's a person, an attitude, an arrangement, that is bringing them into healing. So the divine feminines believe that the energetic connection acts as a contrast to whatever the scenario is that you're going through, divine masculine, triangulating in order for you to heal, put down the guard, find more nurturing, and choose love. Okay, let's get another topic. So let's keep asking. So the divine masculines, where do the divine masculines believe this energetic connection is heading? We are getting the friendship card. We're getting that the divine masculines believe that it is an amicable energy, that it is a comrade energy. It's an unconditional love. It is what it is, I just heard. And they're waiting to see. The Hanged Man is about the universe putting us in a headlock. It came out on the side. So they're starting to understand that the energetic connection is there no matter what, but the control of this dynamic, there is none. It is the universe that regulates this thing. And that they're saying nothing is changing. I've always loved you. It's the universe's fault, not mine. Wow, okay. So divine feminines. And I jokingly say, yeah, okay, but there is something to that, honestly. So what can we see? Where do the divine feminines feel like this energetic connection is moving the twins? Well, we get unconditional love as well into the 3D. out of this rock bottom extreme energy, utilizing more growth for free will and stepping out of comfort zone. And look at that, the Hanged Man here too. So divine feminines know there's not much that can be done or not done about these connections. It just literally is up to the universe. Wow, okay, so both understand that they are in the hangman position. There isn't anything they can do but observe at this time. Cheers, everybody. Okay, well, let's get into a divine feminine reading. I'm actually going to do where the divine feminines are at, how they are thinking and feeling. So thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial information coming through. What can we see for the divine feminines? Where are the divine feminines at regarding these connections, regarding divine feminine polarity, the becoming? What are they thinking about the journey? How are they feeling for their divine masculine? What are the divine feminines wishing at this time for the connections? What is the action being taken? What is the biggest challenge and solution and the direction the energies are going in? And let's get some cards for, oh, I'm being told to get a different deck for the divine masculines. I want to do it like that, okay. I'm gonna get some instruction or some inside knowledge on what this is doing in the divine masculines. So divine feminines, conscious mind. We get the well and seal of subtle luminosities, discernment, discipline, and order. The well is a card of channeling the river of life, seeing the cosmic, seeing how that comes down into the earth plane and runs through us. The living water, the memory, the galactic, the DNA, the blood, all of it. This is the meeting place. We're all one. And I'm being told to say out loud, we're comprised mainly of water. And then discernment, discipline, and order. So when we're looking at the cosmic down to the generational, the blood, there is a bridging of the dimensions I'm getting. So the divine feminines are really going through a cosmic awakening regarding the ordered chaos. This journey can appear incredibly chaotic and random and obscure. Divine feminines, you're seeing that it's much more structured as you become more disciplined in stepping out of ego and attuning. There's a pendulum here, and that suggests that there is consulting a higher power, a knowing. As you do that systematically over and over, you discern the frequencies you're experiencing, you become a co-creator. And so divine feminines are seeing their alignment in the midst of all of these different energies and layers, dimensions. What can we see for the divine masculines? Whether the divine masculines are watching, or this is added for the divine feminines regarding where the divine masculines are at. We'll see what comes out. So what can we get regarding what we just saw for the feminines? No, I'm being told I need to ask a better question. So for the divine masculines, let's see. I'm being told to say, where does this relate to where the divine masculines are at? So divine feminines are having these kinds of breakthroughs about the order and the continuity of the dimensions. What is the mirroring, polarized energy in the masculine? Okay, so the sun. This is a cosmic card as well, but this is internal epiphanies. So I'm literally getting as this quantum entanglement that divine feminines, as you are in your analytical mind, sorting through the dimensions and seeing the linearity, ordering things, systematically organizing, that the divine masculines are having these empowerment aha moments deep within. I'm even getting in the heart chakra, like this opening, epiphanies. It's like you are putting in some of this energetic puzzle working, and your divine masculine is spontaneously having these enlightened bursts of aha moments. So what we do for self, we do for twin, and most of my viewers are divine feminines. I've got about 13 to 14% divine masculines. Hey, so you might be having spontaneous awarenesses when your divine feminine is working on these puzzles. Okay, and divine feminines on the heart space. Spiritual seeking. So the Page of Wands is the spiritual initiation when we decide to go towards something, when we set something in motion. So divine feminines have kind of individuated from putting their divine masculine on a pedestal. They're no longer worshiping the idol of the person primarily and seeking divine guidance. And so they're leaving it up to the divine, to the energies, the powers that be, and allowing for the process of spiritualization of matter. So when we embody this spiritual aspect, this alignment, that reflects out into our world, and only compatibility to that spiritual alignment can come to us then. And that's what we're a match for. So on the heart space, as the divine feminines become more spiritually included, they're seeing that reflected in more and more places. Union is not so scarce anymore, I just heard. And that original spark of divinity seen in the masculine also isn't so scarce. It's illuminating to the feminines all over the place now, because divine feminines, you are embodying this spiritual truth more often. And so you're seeing it. There is more love coming back to you from your reality, because it's within you now. You're not only seeing the aspects of it within you as it used to relate just to your masculine, you're seeing this across the board now, because you've become more spiritual. And so your masculine, you're being able to let your masculine go, because your masculine's energy isn't so scarce. You're seeing yourself reflected in more places. What can we see? Where are the masculines in this regard? Truths, more epiphanies, more mental breakthroughs. So we're having that heart-centered aha moments for, I love how it's polarized into the opposite, like the yin-yang. The heart is getting, or the conscious mind of the feminine is stimulating the masculine heart, and the heart space of the feminine is stimulating the masculine mind. This is the aha moments. So I'm getting that this is things that have been said between the twins and then divine, and this truth, this eternal. So there's like an alchemy happening in the mind space of the masculines, head and heart for one, a seeming together, stitching together of head and heart. But this alchemy of also the things that have been experienced on the journey and divine consciousness, understanding. So this spiritualization, as you become more spiritual, as you become more energetically savvy, and it anchors on your heart space, your divine masculine also benefits from that, whether it's what you've shared physically or through the energetic connection. There are these spontaneous breakthrough thoughts as well that cross-check, pass the test, because they are evident as above, so below, within this union, within this connection, within the way that the two of you connect or relate or converse, and that intuitive knowing, or the divinely guided version of reality as well. So there's this rarity, like you're the one that exemplifies what is understood on Most High. What are the divine feminines wishing? To come out of the grieving, to really let go of the heartache, to rise above, to not be swayed by the emotions of the journey. So for some divine feminines, especially the ones more new on the journey, it's interesting because I'm getting so many new energies coming in. You precocious bunch, because we've been around here for a while and we get pretty deep with the energies, but the common denominator is this wholeness, wishing for balance. This is a tempering process. When we know what this true empowerment feels like, I'll say again, light, wholeness, warmth, and well-being. And then this grieving, we're safe. I'm getting this as a bit of a reparenting vibe as well, where we can tune into that beautiful, safe energy and allow for the processing of things that didn't go our way, that didn't transpire the way we thought, that weren't playing out when, how, and stay in this even keel. Separation is an illusion. But even for those on the journey that maybe thought unions would happen already, sometimes, just to clarify, sometimes we get these spikes of union energies, whether it's the astrology or the collective growth spurts or just our own breakthroughs. All of it works together, and sometimes we'll get a swell of union energies, communication will come in. And now that, just because you have not maybe gotten communication where you're planning your wedding colors doesn't mean that seeing a meme that your masculine posted, or getting one of your signs like a sunflower or a bluebird or a song, those kinds of things are still communication. Those kinds of things still happen when the veil is thin for these spikes of communication. Depending where you're at in the journey, they're all just as sacred as getting 3D communication or being able to sit down together and have communication. It just depends on what aspect you're working through at any given time. Okay, what can we see for the masculines? The divine feminines are really seeking to come into the warmth and wholeness and be safe to let go of the expectations and assumptions that are still causing the feeling of loss. So what are the masculines? How are the masculines affected by that motion? They're starting to see the long-term availability. And it fell right on the Sun card. So divine feminines, part of your grieving process is seeing in non-linear terms. Because this card for the masculines fell on the multidimensional continuity that's being seen consciously, you're finding more safety, divine feminines, because you're seeing the bigger picture. And so is the divine masculine, because of these epiphanies that are spontaneously coming in for everybody. I'm hearing it is a chicken and an egg. You don't know which one came first, your masculine having epiphanies or you being able to see and connect the dots. It's an energetic entanglement. You cannot simply say that one or the other gets more credit. It's a team tandem effort. And so as you are coming into more glow, warmth, your divine masculine is seeing more of a long-term viability here, which again could be happening and causing energetic warmth. It's ironic that way a little bit. What are the divine feminines doing regarding action? Channeling higher guidance, the high priest. So this is a motion of spiritual rights and wrongs, like a moral code, a high level knowledge of what is in alignment with the Holy Spirit. So this is a very analytical, precise, discerning instruction of what is right and wrong in the highest. So divine feminines, you're really coming into not so much absolutes, but definitions of certain reasons why things are considered righteous. We have commitment, connection, flexibility, and resolution. So we're really looking at things that seem like irony or paradox. There is so much commitment, there is so much connection, there's so much relationship going on in these dynamics, and yet many of them are not called a relationship. But the fact of the matter they are. But divine feminines, you're also looking at what would be appropriate resolutions, what is justified. You're looking at the flexibility. You're looking at all of the different things that you used to think indicated the love wasn't here, and you're starting to validate the connection in a new set of criteria. So divine masculines, what is this doing to your side of the energy? The judgment, the karma. So the karma is starting to be seen through. What I was really picking up on with this is that the divine feminines are coming through the multiple love energies. Both polarities are realizing that there is only one true energetic match at the end of the day. It does. All the other energies do fall away or fall short of eternal love. And so any connection that's not an eternal love connection or a pristine connection will not stand the test of time. And divine masculines are beginning to see certain connections are more karmic. Even the ones they didn't think were karmic, they're starting to pale in comparison to the feminine because of this elaborate way that the energy hangs over strange circumstances and spans of time and different belief systems. It's like the divine masculines are now seeing even more clearly how sacred these connections are. Okay, what is the big challenge for the feminines? Progress with ascension. I'm getting that this is a personal challenge for the feminines because there's so much focus often put on the masculine instead of the feminine's own process. So surrender, purification, letting go, surrendering, not needing to know, just coming into the essential, even if it doesn't feel like work is being done, even if it doesn't feel like there's progress being made. Just the act of allowing what is challenging for the feminines right now. Let's see what that's doing in the masculine polarity. It's causing the masculines to have this 3D sort of drop through, like some spooky action at a distance. There's something going on that's not so simple anymore. It's like they're feeling these anomalies. Things in the 3D aren't working well. I just heard. So divine feminines, you're pulling on your masculine's energy, and if you don't let go, your masculine can't keep moving through. There's certain energetic, it's like there's an elastic band connecting the counterparts, and you can only go so far before the other one needs to do something too. And so it looks like divine feminines, you might be holding back the masculine polarity right now by thinking that you are further ahead than you are on the journey. So divine feminines, really do some housekeeping and see if you can let go further right now, because that your divine masculine needs that for their progress. What is the solution for the feminines? Page of Pentacles, kindness, and auric cleansing, replenishment, renewal, and restoration. When this card comes up, I often think of cutting cords, or like energetic spring cleaning. Go through a checklist and see, have you made any vows, divine feminines? Have you sworn not to take your masculine back or to do something one way or the other? Have you said you'll never da 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 da, or you'll always da 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 da? Let go of those absolutes, cut the binding. So do a little bit of a rite of passage here and cut your masculine, the old versions of each of yourselves, out of those old contracts. Cut it. I have my selenite wand, clear it. So if you like that, you can have that clearing. But yes, we're meant to really release our divine counterpart from any of the things that we once thought needed to be absolute. Any statements, remove those from all timelines and dimensions so that what the divine has in store is free to be going forward. So what can we see for the masculines regarding this kindness to release the binding of any of the previous things? Oh wow, the Tower. Isn't that stunning? So immediately it changes the perspective of the masculines. Things completely can recalibrate now within. So you are a very powerful, potent being, divine feminine, and if you cast your intention towards an absolute like that, that energetic purity that you wield is potent enough to keep your divine masculine in a stuck energy. It is like a curse. Not that you meant it that way, but it's a limitation. So let go of those bindings so that your masculine can be accountable for their own energy without your energetic interference. This allows for your divine masculine to see a broader, bigger picture. Divine feminine energy is so potent that if you speak something out as an absolute, your divine masculine is influenced by that. So this is either energetically or directly. It creates a very gospel-like assumption. Either your divine masculine thinks that you are absolute in what you believe and cannot negotiate or communicate or hold their own, or they buy into what you're saying and they don't think for themselves with other possibilities that might actually be superior for benefit in their life. So this allows for the divine masculines to truly partner and collaborate with you because they are free then to find and be seen and heard for their unique perspective. This helps to clear burden and brings victory one step closer. Up leveling out of the karma and transformation for collaboration. This is a card usually of a masculine coming back from a karmic battle with a crown of promise for a bride. And so this public victory, this idea that the connections can come into reality in a way that can work for everybody. This is like a doorway that allows for it. Divine feminines, if you release, if you let go of the things you thought you needed to see happen on your journey and break that binding of it and really give all of the control over to the divine plan, the divine will be done, that the universe is intelligent, that things will self-organize if we get out of the way. Be that faith-filled that you can surrender that, divine feminines. Take the load off, relax, let it unfold naturally. Don't try to shape it into your version, because your version will fall short for where it can be and where it will be and how it will turn out. Okay, let's see where things are going. the Eight of Pentacles for the second time, and linear sequencing, hierarchy, time, and logic. So do this inner work and watch how things actually fall into place when you're not trying to put them into place. We did see this might, for some on surface, feel like a contradiction, but we did see initially the energy that we started this reading with was divine feminines finding this elegant discernment and order with the multidimensionality. So I'm almost seeing picking fruit from different dimensions and composing a fruit basket all in one spot. And so we're continuing to see that you're doing the work to linearize something that has been largely energetic and a treasure hunt over the dimensions. You're bringing this into the physical in a way that we can access. It's becoming realized. What can we see for the divine masculines? How is this linear work that the feminines are doing affecting the divine masculines? Oh, there's the Hanged Man again. Okay, so we are getting the Hanged Man again. We've had it for both of the twins in the first part of the message, and here it is again. So there is this coming to it on their own. The Hanged Man is the enlightened motion when we have no choice but to look at something, because we cannot move forward until we do. So things are going to be illuminated, but divine feminines, you have a lot of power over what happens next by releasing, by letting go, by unbinding your dynamic. We see commitment coming in. Wow. Heartache coming to the surface in order to set healthy boundaries, not to experience that again. We have union energies. We have continuing the spiritual Page of Wands, the initiation within, and we have the Emperor energy starting to show up. Here is the eclipse, April 30th. So what I'm getting here is divine feminines, part of this motion of unconditional love from February 12th till April 30th, this foundation is continuing to be laid. This foundation, the stability structure, the floor, the ground level is continuing to be laid, where the heartache is being released because of the individual work. Commitment is coming to the forefront. Spirituality is deepening, but the emperors are coming into the full awareness of wanting to come forward for this union. So there's something very, very sacred about the way that you perceive the journey, feminines, and how you view the amount of time, circumstance, space that this process has taken. Something about the peace that you are embodying about it is paving the way for your divine masculine to show up in their higher version, their emperor form. Okay, let's get one more card for the divine feminines. Illumination. Yeah, so many things are being illuminated right now. So yeah, I'm just being told, if you haven't seen the bigger picture firsthand, every one of you watching has the ability to go into meditation and to see in broader energies. Someone like myself, I've been witnessing them lifelong and paying attention to it, but I have had to cultivate that discipline. And so many of you watching, if you resonate with my messages, it means it's got some sort of an anchor point in you, and that you can extrapolate on that. You can be curious. You can ask for this illumination. You can ask for understanding in all things. You have that within you if you see it within me. So I feel like handing you a torch, Divine Feminines, because so many of you, and this is interesting because I did take a week off earlier, or a few days ago, and so many Divine Feminines have reported that it allowed them to step into their own and to see how capable they were. Having followed my videos for quite a while, and then to have a period of time without that constant, they were able to come into the ability of doing that on their own. Having said that, that's also what happens with eclipses. When the moon goes in front of the sun, we're cut off from some of those light codes. And so we have to tune into our solar plexus, the warmth of the solar plexus that reminds us we're not separate from source. And so this might also be some of the eclipse energy coming in, that I wasn't here. For those who have been relying too heavily, it's time to take that torch, Divine Feminines. There will come a day when I'm not going to be out here doing these readings, and it'll be a good day. I'm sure I'll be out doing other things and shifting, but as far as the journey goes, everybody, you are divine. You're meant to be coming into this on your own, to channel these energies in your own right, for your own unions, in your own circles, in your own communities. It really is a motion that spreads out throughout. Okay, so Divine Masculines, what can we see? We're getting courage. Yeah, Divine Masculines, you're coming into what true noble courage really is. It's not just to do what you want, but it's also to do what you are guided on Most High. And yes, you have all along, but it's time to be coming into more of a connection. And this actually landed on 2 of the Hanged Man energies. So have courage that even though you have not gotten the green light to go ahead, Divine Masculines, that doesn't mean that you've gotten it wrong. How many times do we support the Divine Feminines in saying, you haven't gotten it wrong? You don't have to be hard on yourself that you're crazy. Divine Masculines, you're not crazy. These journeys are a gift, and you wouldn't be on it if it wasn't meant for you. So take heart, Lion Hearts. Don't stress. This might be a period of angst for Divine Masculines with all this Hangman energy. Masculine energy wants to activate, wants to take action, wants to see results. The courage is that it's all good, even if it's not moving forward on the surface. Okay, many blessings, everyone. Bye for now.